got Mouse on the show.
Are we recording? Is it?
We start right now.
I bet.
So we got Tasha. Tasha's back. I have Tasha back in like 3 months. What was that, 4 months?
Yeah.
The bald dude?
Oh,
That was a while ago.
That's what you call your guest? The bald dude?
No, the dude we interviewed, he was bald. Forgot his
I'm
name.
saying that's how you refer to your guest?
Yeah, fuck it.
He was bald.
You don't fuck with your guest?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It's a lot of drama on my podcast.
A lot.
So it is.
Views from that.
Yeah, man.
Yo, I want to come. I want to. I mean, I've never been on your platform before, but I've said this to you privately. Like, so I want to say publicly. Like, I like your marketing.
Yeah.
A1.
Hell yeah.
A1. Like, I go.
I don't know how many times you've seen the tag and never tagged me.
That's a lot. Nah, yo, you want to be honest?
It was a few
This
times.
nigga wants me to tag him every time, bro. Somebody hit me and was like, "Yeah, Llama, feel like you don't be tagged." I'm like, what?
Now, off the rip, right?
I'm like, I tagged the nigga. I'm supposed to tag it every time?
I'm gonna be honest, right? The reason why it took me so long to get you on the podcast because I don't know if you fucked with me like that, right? So, I don't know. That's Kami in the background, listeners. So I was like, I never had a conversation. We just see each other.
Yeah.
We say what up, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if Mouse like me. And then I talked to Dodge about this. She was like, nah. Once you talk to him, you just got to talk to him. That's it. I was like, all right. I just never talked to him until we went to that party together. That's the first time we spoke. And after that, you was like, you got me on the live. He was like, Llama never had me on his podcast.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, let me reach out, see what's up.
It's you, the cocktails,
the girls,
and Poor Minds.
All right.
And there's one more. Shit, I'm forgetting it. My fault, y'all, if I'm forgetting y'all. But y'all three is the most like requested podcast. Like people hit me all the time to
get
like,
on it. Yeah,
like I'll get tagged on your shit.
People was like,
I
yo,
get tagged on cocktails. I'm like, and then like I'm like, what y'all want me to do? Like people was like, now when you gonna be? I'm like, first of all, this is a picture of my child. Why are you talking to me about other podcasts? Not playing.
Nah, because a lot of women are hitting me up. They nosy about
very nosy.
The mother of your kids.
Yeah, they're very nosy.
So I don't know if you want to talk about that today, but that's the most requested thing. Like, get Mouse to talk about whoever his baby mother is. I'm like, God
that's what we
damn.
talking about?
I don't know. I looked at the questionnaire and I can't figure out because I don't know the time frame. But we got Tasha back. So Tasha talks a lot.
Hi guys.
Been trying to get you back for a long time. I know we had little issues with transportation and everything, but we back.
I got a car now.
Yes.
Hey.
Jersey native, so it's hard to get to Brooklyn and all that. I know.
Do y'all do like? Is it like the same way like Brooklyn and New York and like the boroughs? Like, do you be like, I'm not from Jersey, I'm from Patterson?
I don't say that shit at all.
At all?
I'm not. That's
now
not,
like my brother from Jersey City, so like you'd be like,
no, people do that.
They be like, are you from Jersey? I'm from Jersey City. I'm like, wow.
I just say
you know, Queens niggas be like, oh, I'm from Queens.
Yeah,
I'm not from New York. You know what I mean? I'm from Brooklyn.
I know that people do that. I don't, and maybe that's shitty of me, but
hey, it is what it is. I'm from Jersey. I'm gonna say Jersey. So we're here to talk about an ex with Mouse, right?
Oof.
So you heard about the platform. Nothing is off limits.
Nothing's off limits.
Got it. And before we start, tell people a little bit about yourself.
I am Mouse Jones, aka the man that puts the juxtaposition. I'm the host of Trap Karaoke. I'm 1/3 of the Guys Next Door podcast. Yeah. I am 1/2 of the What Hip Hop Questions, Legends, and Lists. I am the host of With Mouse Jones.
A lot of shit.
And I mean, you know, I'm the best host in America.
Yo, let's talk about that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
When I started my party, spin a party, right? I'm trying to look
I heard about the question you had. So I didn't know it was you. Somebody sent me the screenshot.
Yeah.
And they like cut your name out.
Oh, okay.
And it was like who asked? Like, why would anybody say
I'm
that?
like, yo.
And then I just went and found a tweet.
So I do it with Kami, and I was like, yo, who can we get as a host? And nobody. There's nobody out there.
Yeah.
So it's like an open.
Yeah, I cleaned up.
You cleaned up?
Yeah. How long you been outside?
A long time.
You
but
seen
I thought it was other people. I thought it was other people out
it
here.
used to be.
And
I sent them home.
That's crazy.
Niggas can't get work out here no more.
It's crazy. I'm like, damn, Mouse the only guy, and you traveling and all that. So I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to get on the mic.
Hey, yo, that sounds crazy.
Pause.
Hey,
but
hey, yo,
you like the James Brown of just content. Just
I appreciate that.
Working out here,
yeah, thank you.
So appreciate you coming on the platform. So we're here to talk about an ex. So before we start, we gotta give the ex a fake name.
Gang.
And when you give the fake name, either we could choose it, you could choose it, but you gotta describe how they look.
We gotta describe how they look.
Yeah.
So y'all gonna give him the name first?
You want us to do it?
Or do you have one?
Nah. I don't play about her, so I ain't gonna let y'all. If I hear something, sorry, I might flip.
So you gotta describe how she look.
What she look? Petite. Light skin.
Okay.
Big head. Long hair. Full lips. Big bright round eyes.
Okay. She from New York?
Yeah, Long Island. But yeah.
Okay.
That's
where you from?
That's where I was born and raised. Yeah, Long Island. But I'm a Brooklyn nigga.
All right.
Me too. No, I'm just kidding.
I never seen you outside.
That's crazy.
Far be for me to be the gatekeeper. I never seen you outside, Tasha. I'm trying to think. Light skin.
It's hard to describe. All right.
Nah, petite, yeah, full lips, big, beautiful, bright eyes, light up, smile that light up the projects.
What is it giving you?
He said he don't play. He want to give her the name.
Nah, go ahead. I trust a woman. Go ahead. Niggas get crazy.
Nothing's coming. She sounds pretty, but we can't call her pretty.
Oh man.
Don't say nothing crazy.
What name were you gonna say?
I didn't know.
I had Patricia in mind.
I call
Patricia,
her
fuck it.
Patricia?
Yeah, call her.
Because just the big
Amber. Okay.
Amber?
No,
big
no,
Not
do
Amber?
not call her Amber.
That's-
Please don't. This
all right, so
this
Patricia.
podcast might get me killed. Do not call that
No,
woman Amber.
Okay,
Wow. So
Patricia.
Patricia it is.
All right.
You gonna remember that? What you had on the questionnaire?
Let's call her Champ.
Champ?
Champ.
Yeah, let's call her
Okay.
Champ.
And why you chose that?
I can't tell you till we're done recording, till the
All
mic's
right,
off.
cool,
But yeah, we'll call her
So
Champ.
take us back to how old were you at the time?
When I met Champ, I was 21 years old.
Dang,
Yeah,
it's a young.
fresh out the military. Yeah, 21 years old.
Wow. So all right. So how did you meet? Where and how did you meet?
So the
Champ?
funny story about Champ is I met Champ before I met Champ. So, right? If we go super, super far back,
Mhm.
the house that my parents the house that my mother and uncle and all my aunts and them grew up in,
Yeah.
stayed in the family.
Okay.
And then when my grandmother passed, rest in peace, Nan, when my grandmother passed in 2003, my mom and dad bought the house.
Okay.
So then we was
That's
raised
dope.
in that same house.
Mhm.
I say that because before my mother met my father, and if I don't know how much we'll talk about my dad in this podcast, but if you ever hear me talk about my father, I'm talking about the man that raised me.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Not
my
your
mom-
bio-
not my
your blood.
biological father.
Yeah.
and my mom met him when I was 6. So for 6 years, I grew up in that house
Okay.
with the rest of the family. So I have cousins and
Mm.
things like that, older cousins. Champ's older cousin
Mm.
dated my older cousin.
Okay.
So they were at the house before. Now I was like a little rambunctious, badass kid, so I was always in trouble.
Yeah.
So like her being at the house when she told me, when we started like piecing shit together,
Mhm.
it was like, oh, word, you been at the house. It's funny. Her older sister, my biological father is her godfather.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like
Long
our
Island is that
lives-
small?
Yes and no. It's just like one of those because we're from 2 to 3 towns apart.
Okay. Okay.
So
Damn.
I'm from North Babylon.
Okay.
So it's like, can you bleep that for me?
Yeah.
That town? Thank you. My town is fine. Just bleep that for me. But yeah. So it's like just life ran parallels when we met each other. So the way we met each other was church.
Church.
So I grew up.
Yeah, you was really in the church.
When
'Cause
I was
you
an
do,
adult.
like when you sing in R&B, you
Yeah.
like hosting the crowd, you doing
Yeah.
your little thing.
Yeah, I grew up. I mean, my biological father's a pastor.
Oh, got
One
you.
of
Got you. Got you.
he's like a prominent pastor out here.
Got you.
So that's been in my life. My whole life is in my blood. My mother's super churchy.
Mhm.
My father, he's not churchy. You know what I mean? He has a relationship with God, and he's smart. He's well versed in the word.
Got you.
Not churchy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like my mother's
They
churchy.
go there religiously.
Go there,
Yeah.
like the culture, the churchy. So
Yeah.
when I say I'm churchy, I get it from my parents. Literally,
Gotcha.
my grandmother, rest in peace, both my grandmothers, they're churchy. So
Yeah.
like, even even though me and my biological father had a contentious relationship,
Mhm.
me and my grandmother never had no.
Yeah.
It's just my grandmother.
Yeah. Yeah.
So even being around her, if I'm with her for the weekend, we going to church. You know what I mean?
And
I'd
you
see that
see
nigga, he'd
him.
be like, "Oh," I'm like, "Nigga, I'm
and
with
that's where
grandma."
you would see Champ.
No,
No.
so Champ and started going. So I'm in the military, and I'm on my third or fourth deployment. I don't remember. We're somewhere, and this back before like Wi-Fi was crazy. And shit. You had your phone and shit. So there was a phone that you could use. Everybody used the same phone. So I got cool with the niggas who ran the phone. It's almost like jail. I got cool with the niggas that ran the phone. So like after certain hours, you ain't supposed to be able to use the phone.
Gotcha.
But I would be in there. I mean, because of my job, it allowed me to. You know what I mean? We had a little barter system. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So I would always be on the phone with my parents.
Yeah.
So I was on my phone. I was on the phone with my parents one Sunday afternoon, and they had just gotten in from church. And they said my government name. They were like, boy, there's this girl at church. She just started coming here with such and such. I can see her. I can see you. And I'll never forget my dad was like, yeah, I can see you ruining this girl's life. And I was like, boy.
Wow.
I'm like, boy, what's up with you? What type of time is you on? And then I remember my mom was like, yeah, you got to stay away from her when you come home. And my dad was like, this could be his first girlfriend. All right? Because up until that point, I never had a girlfriend.
All right.
Okay. So that's why I said I met her before I met her.
Gotcha.
So when I got out the military, I was in VA for a little while doing some bullshit. Niggas tried to take my head off. And it was just me by myself. So it was like, nah, I'm not dumb. I'm not gonna die down here. So I got into a little situation. Mm-hmm. The next morning, I was on the bus back.
I
was on the bus back to New York.
Pull you back.
Like literally, my father called me. He didn't even know. That's why I say God really prevalent in my life, because the day this shit happened, the night this shit happened, my father didn't know nothing. Mm-hmm. He just called me like, "Son, come home. Like, just come home."
But you was already headed home.
I was thinking about it. Yeah. Once he said that, I said, "Oh, I'm out."
Yeah.
So I go home. This is all is important, right? I get home Friday. Mm-hmm. I hang out with my little cousin. And her friends. Friday evening.
Gotcha.
We all going to, I think on Long Island you got the outlets, right? So we all going to the outlets, right? About to go bust up some money, whatever. Just just chill out. About 4 or 5 of us in a car. Comes to a stop. Brakes give out. So the brakes keep careening into the street. Car is coming, it's not stopping. Mm-hmm. Wow. I had a split second to make a decision, like, so the people in the back seat was me. They didn't have no seatbelt on.
Gotcha.
So I took the girl that was next to me, I grabbed her by her hip, and I shoved her into the person who was across from us, which was my little cousin Sean. Yeah. I shoved the girl into him, so they're tight against the door, right? Mm-hmm. And I grabbed my little cousin who's driving. I wrapped around her. Obviously, the person passed, I can't do nothing for them. Yeah. And I just turned my back. And I'm like, no matter what, at this speed, it's gonna hurt, but it ain't gonna kill me. But these motherfuckers might go flying out the side, right? And I think about this all in the split decision, fresh out the military. Yeah. Boom.
Wow, that's crazy.
Right? The way the window breaks is surrounding my back, but it don't hit me. Wow. I got out that motherfucker unscathed. So in a matter of 24 hours, I feel like the devil tried to take me out twice.
That is insane.
I didn't even go outside Saturday. I sat in the house. And was like, Mom, we're going to church on Sunday. I'm getting saved. She's like, what's wrong? And so I didn't even I never told my parents what happened in VA until like years later. Mm-hmm. They didn't know. But they knew what happened then. And they seen the picture of everything. Yeah. And it was like, yeah, that's God. And so Sunday I go to church with my cousin and my family or whatever. I got my youngest daughter with me. We go to church. And it was so funny. This is the church I've been going to with my mother my whole life. Mm-hmm. I know the service like the back of my hand. I know what's going to happen. It's going to happen. Boom. Praise worship. This happening. Boom. Altar call. Time to get saved. I'm living my life right. The nigga didn't do the altar call that day. I said, I said, nah, bro. So I told my cousin who sang on the praise and worship thing, I said, Tiffany, go tell that nigga right now you got to do the altar call. Yeah. I'm not leaving this church unsaved. So
that's funny.
Unsaved is crazy.
I'm dead ass. Huh? So he do the altar call, I go get saved. And then so like when you get saved, they walk you through the side to like, I don't even know, like give you like a welcome mat or like a brochure or some shit. So weird.
Your church that's different.
A welcome mat?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's like, yeah, you walk out here, you stay in contact with this person and they'll pray, whatever. Yeah. As I'm walking out the door, boom, I catch eyes with Champ.
Oh, okay. All right.
And it's like,
she was fire?
Tough.
All right.
I'm like, I mean, it's that moment, like, it's like the movie where the wind is blowing, the hair is like,
Slow motion.
Slow motion
motion,
graphic
yeah.
type.
Yeah.
That end of service, at the end of service, fellowship, everybody kicking, everybody chilling.
Mhm.
I see my cousin and all my friends that are my age that I grew up with,
Mhm.
they all know this girl.
Okay.
So I'm just chilling.
Who gonna throw this alley real
I'm like,
quick?
yo, who that?
Yeah.
My cousin like, no, absolutely not.
Girl?
Yeah.
All right.
She's like, Tiffany, she like, nah, ain't happening. Nope. She's living her life on for the Lord. You're not about to ruin this for her.
Why? So
Why
your
they thought
father
your
said
whole-
this,
yeah.
and now your cousin
I-
is saying
I
this.
was-
What
I
kind
was
of life you was living?
That was a terror. You gotta remember, at that time, I was 20. I had my first child when I was 17.
Oh wow! All
Your
right.
first what?
I had my
Child.
first child at
Oh,
17.
oh.
And I
Okay.
was the dude, literally, I was the dude that you told your daughters to stay away from.
Mm.
I'm making your daughter fall in love,
Mhm.
running up your credit. Like I'm like your daughter's
So they
outside.
paying. Yeah.
Your daughter outside with the bullshit. Mind you, I never had a girlfriend.
So your first baby mother wasn't your girlfriend.
That was somebody else's girlfriend.
Oh my Jesus.
Yeah, I was really a terror. I was outside.
Yo.
I was really outside like that.
So
like,
your father and them, they knew who you was when it came to women.
yeah, like I was.
So they
And then
like,
plus,
leave
I
her
was
alone.
just in the street too. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Like I
Makes
was
sense.
out. So like we live in a small community. So
Yeah.
y'all see me on Sunday, but
Yeah.
then on Monday and Tuesday, I know y'all don't want to see me.
That's crazy.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like everybody knew what I was doing except for my mother and father. So it was just like, yeah, they warned their daughters to stay away from me. But obviously, I went away and came back. So
Change man.
I'm not. But I just got worse. There's just more access, more money.
Gotcha.
So when I came back, I was like, all right, so what's up? So what I was doing in VA for money was I was doing some shit. I stopped. Obviously, niggas try to boom me. So, I was back home broke. Probably had like $50 to my name. Might be less.
But you was staying at home, so you was kind of
Yeah,
good.
yeah. But you got kids,
Oh, yeah,
trying to
yeah,
date,
yeah.
you know what I mean? So
Wait, your baby mother wasn't in the picture at all when you had your kid? You was like a single dad?
so she had her for 3 years
Okay.
when I was away in the military.
And then when you
I
came
got
back, you took
custody of her.
full custody. Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
I've had custody
Okay.
of her since she was 3 years old.
That's all right. That's good.
So
So you were broke.
I was broke. And so y'all know San Gennaro
Never heard of it.
So San Gennaro is the Italian festival that they do in Soho.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So on Long Island, they do another one
Yeah.
called St. Mary's.
All right.
So they do the St. Mary Festival, and that's in my neighborhood.
Gotcha.
So they talking like, oh, we all going here, we all gonna meet up here. I said, bet. That's where we going. And so my uncle, which is my cousin's father, I'm like, yo, Uncle Ken, what up? He was like, Rook. That's what he called me, like, Rook, leave her alone. I said, what you talking about?
Everybody shitting on
Everybody
you.
is pooting on the kid. And so I'm like, he just run it down. He like, she got 2 vehicles, she in school. Take care. I said, 2 vehicles?
Y'all are the same age?
Yeah. No, she got a year older than me. But yeah,
All
we
right.
same age.
So 22, 21.
Exactly. So I'm
But
like,
2 cars.
I'm like,
That's
2
right.
cars? I'm like, oh, I bet. You heard?
Yeah.
Like, so she
She
don't
doing-
need
she
me
doing-
to have a car.
She doing good for herself.
So I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean? You might as well take a walk on the wild side. But I'm looking at this girl and I'm like, yo, like the whole time I'm not taking my eyes off of her. Like everywhere she going to church, everybody. And like she just had this sweetness about her, right? Like she radiated like this. Let me not say sweetness. She radiated this. Yes, it was like a sweetness associated with her beauty, right? And it was just like, I'm like, I've never had such a visceral reaction.
Like fell
when
in
I've seen a
love at
woman
first
before.
sight type of thing, right?
For me, it was.
Yeah.
I fell in
that.
love with her that day. That day, I fell in love with Champ. And so I said, and that wasn't the first time I ever been in love.
Okay.
So it was like, what is this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and so everybody said, I'm like, nah, fuck out of here. So we end up doing we leaving and we going, and like we're around each other. I'm like, yo, how you doing?
Yeah.
A mouse, how you doing? I'm mouse. She's like, what's your mother name? I'm like, chill, that's first date information. And she was like kind of rolled her eyes a little bit, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so my cousin was like, no, absolutely not happening.
Hating.
And I'm like, yo. And so she like, oh, I'm going home. You know, I'm gonna end up going home. Boom, boom. So we all end up going to my cousin's house around the corner. me, her, my uncle, we want to play spades. They
Okay.
Jamaican. So I'm like, yo, shorty over here, see, she want to play spades. She was like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm like, yo, stop being a hater, bro.
Right.
So I tell her little sister to do it.
Were they friends?
Yeah, like they was
Oh.
all friends. Like the church back then, like everybody was like
Everybody's
friends.
cool.
Okay.
So like they ain't like everybody except for her grew up together. So it was like,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Got you.
So they was so she called her. She's like, yeah, come over to the room. So she comes over.
Mhm.
Oh my God, boy, I fell in love all over again. Seeing how she show up. I'm sitting in the kitchen trying to be cool.
This is without the church clothes.
Oh,
Now she
my-
got regular clothes.
I mean, me personally, I was always a nigga that wear what I want to wear to church.
Got you,
right?
got you.
And I think she came in like the same. I don't remember. Yes, I do. She had the same fit on she had on church. She just changed the bottoms and the like these little capris or whatever.
Yeah.
She had like a white flowing top on.
Yeah.
Right. And so I was just like,
So she came over and then
she comes over, she sits down.
How did you make your first move?
Terribly. We are spades partners.
Oh, all right.
And I'm paying attention to her
Yeah.
instead of the fucking game.
Now you're reneging.
Got-
And
yeah.
you know, that's when I start seeing she got a little with her.
Yeah.
It ain't that little pretty shit.
Spades would do that.
Yeah.
Spades would do that.
Typically I'm turned on. I'm like, yeah, she tough too. Oof. Boy, you don't know. I'm about to love the shit out of you. You have no idea.
Yeah, that's
Right? So we play spades, we lose. She got a little attitude, whatever. And I'm like, yo, let's go to San Gennaro because we could walk. San Gennaro is walking distance from where my cousin lived. So I'm like, not San Gennaro, let's go to St. Mary's. So we like, I bet. So we go over there. My last bit of money I used to try and win her something.
Oh, wow.
And lost. Terribly.
It's
Gets worse.
One of those, what game was it? With the throw the
This-
ball?
yeah,
They get you. They get you every time.
Because I'm like, oh, it's simple.
That shit is,
Look at
yo.
the ring.
And then they tell you, you're doing it wrong.
And
when
he's
you get
doing
right.
it, and I'm like, boy,
Yeah.
this nigga's throwing it behind him.
They get you every time. They
Got
got me
me.
for 200 one
Nigga
time.
got me for 50.
200.
Got me
Yeah.
for 50 and got her for 20.
Because it seems simple. But they're like, oh, you got to put your arm down. It's crazy.
200?
Yeah. You lost your money.
Hit me bad.
Yeah.
Lord.
I ain't had nothing else. I was out. So I'm like, well, this is it. This is in.
Yeah.
I think we ended up doing one more thing that night.
So it's technically a first date.
No.
What?
But is she like
We-
feeling you or is she thinking it's just friends?
hard
Like
to
you
tell.
liked her.
I'm in love at
with
this
her.
point.
Right.
She's giving me attention,
Okay.
but it's not like,
you
Yeah.
can't tell yet?
you know what I
You
mean? And then
can't
my
tell
cousin there hating and shit. So it's like,
Wait, it was all y'all or just
it
y'all?
was all
two?
of it. Oh no, we all three went
Oh,
together.
okay.
And then we all three moved. We from St. Mary's. We went to like a kickback with like all the people from the church, all the young
Gotcha.
people from the church,
Got you.
and we were like playing Uno and shit. And and obviously she's beautiful. She'd been going to church for like a year before I got there. Everybody didn't try to shoot their shot.
Mhm.
Failed. Everybody failed. One little nigga, he was tight. Forgive me. Growing up, I always thought the nigga was gay. So when I found out that the nigga shot his shot at, I was like,
What?
Eddie like girls. All right, news to me. Whatever. Like, he was just like,
Yeah.
bro, mad
Yeah.
salt. He was hating, bro. Like,
So you
what you're gonna do? Beat people. I'm
Oh,
gonna beat you the fuck up.
right,
if
right.
you
You
play.
playing,
And so I'm
right?
like, but I'm cool, whatever. The night ends, we don't exchange numbers. But we found each other the next day on Facebook.
Yeah.
Let me stop lying. I found. She
I'm about
found me
to
on
say,
Facebook
like,
It was easier back in the day to
It's
find.
super easy.
oh, so she looked
Yeah.
for you. That's good.
because the name, her nickname, sounds like a real name
All right.
because it's just a shortened version of her real name,
Got you.
Okay.
right? So I'm on Facebook looking for that name,
Yeah.
not knowing that it's a full name, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck, can't find this girl nowhere. She finds me.
Mm.
When she found me, I said,
You in there.
yeah,
Yeah.
you wanted to God. So the funny thing about that story is when she finds me on Facebook, she sent a little
She
sent a
poked you?
little DM. Yes, you
You go
poked me.
poke. Yeah, you go poke.
She poked
yeah,
me,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I poked back.
Okay.
And then she sent me a message like, come here
Hated
often.
that shit.
Got you.
And I was like, LOL. I was like, try to play cool. I'm like, LOL, you know what I mean? I'll be here.
Yeah.
We texting back and we're Facebook
Messaging.
messaging back and
Yeah.
forth.
That was a thing.
At the time, she worked at like a one of her part-time jobs. She's always been a worker. Always loved that about her. She's always been a worker. At the time, she worked at a what's the shit called? A pharmacy.
Okay.
Worked at like a private-owned pharmacy.
Okay.
She accidentally sent me the SKU number to something. The SKU number has 7 digits, like a phone number.
All right.
So I got no. I played it cool. I wasn't gonna call her, but I grabbed the number and I texted my cousin like, "Nigga, you thought I ain't? Nigga, she sent me the number and everything." She was like, "What? No, she didn't." So I sent her the SKU number. And my cousin just busts out laughing. I'm like, "You a hater? You a fucking hater?" So for like 2 days, I'm thinking I got her number.
Didn't even try to call it?
Nah, you gotta wait.
How long you wait? Because I give it.
Not no more. I don't wait no more. That was some kid shit.
Like 2 days.
You still wait now?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't. I'm a grown ass man, bro.
I be hitting people up.
Yeah, like I'm hitting. Sit right here.
That's kind of creepy.
I don't care. I want to make sure we got the right number. Like, let's make sure. Not even on no like bullying shit.
Yeah.
It be loud where we be at. Like, I want to make sure I got the right. That's happened to me mad times.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think I'm at a point in my life, and I think I'm at a point where women understand that they're safe around me. Not like even if you don't know me, right?
Yeah.
So it's like if I'm like, yo, sit right here. I want to make because I've been in a situation where I misheard a number.
And you didn't get the
you
whole
misheard
shit.
the number. I didn't get the whole number. Now the next time I see you, think I played you.
Yeah,
that's valid.
I'm like, no. Let's make sure.
Yeah.
But back then, wait 2 days. Worst gonna worst, I'm gonna see her in church on Sunday. Knew that.
Right.
So
wait, she knew that she sent you the SKU number? Oh shit.
So I find out later.
Yeah.
She's like, oh man, I sent you the SKU number by accident. And I had to play it off like, I knew that. I didn't tell her like years later. I was like, I thought that was your number, boy.
Right.
Because by the time she gave me her number, and so by time, so I'm trying to think how we got. Am I running over shit? Is this something?
No, okay. You
So
we gotta fast forward a little bit after you get this.
I'm trying to think because I'm guessing you want to ask the first date.
Yeah.
That's how that runs into the first date.
Okay.
So yeah, I think we Facebooked each other back and forth for a few days, and then she sent me her number.
Got you.
So now we're on the phone.
Now this is house number or cell phone?
Cell phone.
It ain't 1998.
Nah, I thought I was broke. That's a valid question.
Yeah.
But
house phone.
Phone bill was paid.
Right.
So I get her number. We're texting, and then we're on the phone. It's you know what I mean. Boom. She's asking now, like you want to hang out, and I'm like, all right, bet, let's hang out. I have no money. So I'm thinking of like super creative shit that I could do. I'm like, yeah, let's link at the park. This time I'm super into my fitness, so I'm like, yeah, let's link at the park. We do a little workout.
Yeah.
Eat breakfast. I'm not working out on the first day. I was like, yummy. Like, yummy.
Yeah, funny. Yeah.
And so she was like, I triple fell in love with her at this point. She says, let's go to the movies.
Okay.
I'm like, so now in my mind, she said that immediately. I'm like, who can I borrow? $40. I'm gonna borrow $50 from take this girl to movies. I was like, she must have heard the like in my voice. She's like, I'm gonna buy tickets right now.
Oh, that's sweet. That's really nice.
Yeah. There's a guy somewhere. Like it's
so I still borrowed the $50 from my cousin.
All right.
To like, because when we get there,
just in case,
snacks and shit,
popcorn,
right? Like I'm not gonna be the nigga to come in there with the snacks the first date.
Right.
So we go see. So this is as the story unfolds, as you see, like we were supposed to be where we were supposed to be with one another, no matter what. The only movie my family had, I come from a huge family. It's 5 kids. 5 kids in the house at once, 2 parents, 7 people. Parents worked menial jobs. They worked enough jobs, just worked enough to take care of us and make sure we could live. My father from Gowanus, he never wanted to raise us in Brooklyn. He wanted to raise us on Long Island, so whatever. The only movie me and my family ever seen as a family was Toy Story.
Okay.
The first one.
All right.
What do me and her go see? Toy Story 3 just came out.
3? Oh, damn.
Toy Story 3 had just came out.
Right.
So she's like, let's go see Toy Story 3. Like, I want to see Toy Story 3. I didn't
Wait, 2 or 3?
3.
3?
2 comes out when we're like teenagers, or maybe a little, or maybe right before teenager. But yeah, no. Toy Story 3 had just came out.
All right.
So I'm like, I bet. We go see Toy Story. We're fucking in the photo booth taking pictures. Now, mind you, I'm
I'm
like,
about to say what?
I thought.
nah, y'all
We
wildin',
haven't
y'all
said-
wildin', y'all wildin'. Come
I
on,
was
come on.
like,
We
that's-
church going people,
Oh,
y'all.
I'm like, that's
so
so
what was it?
quick. Like, how we do
Yeah.
that?
Nah, but it's just like, it's at the outlets.
Yeah.
The outlets have this certain aesthetic about it,
All right.
where it's like it's open. I don't know if you ever been to the outlets, but they're like
No,
it's open. It's not
it's
enclosed.
an outdoor.
The outdoor outlet.
Like Woodbury Commons?
Yes.
Right.
but just on Long Island.
Okay.
That's Long Island?
No, Woodbury.
Oh,
Woodbury's
Upstate.
Woodbury,
I'm
yeah.
saying, but
I get
I'm
you.
It looks
mad-
like
we're
that.
not at Woodbury Commons,
But it's like, I
set
get
up
you.
like Woodbury
Got
Commons
you. Got you. In Long
in
Island.
Long Island.
All right.
So we're walking around, and the movie had a little while to start. So we're walking around, grabbing a little. I think at the time Johnny Rocket was open.
All right.
Grabbing a little something. She's like, "You want to take a picture at the photo booth?"
And that's outside, but in
The photo booth is in the movie theater, but it's
Gotcha.
outside the theaters.
Got you.
And I'm like, I never did this before.
Mm-hmm.
Be sweet?
Like be on I never did no shit like that before. Like never took a picture in a photo booth with a girl before.
Oh,
I
love
did.
that.
So I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, let's do it. And like it was just like,
It's just fast. Yeah.
and it was like just subtle ways she touched me,
Mm.
like meant everything.
Mhm.
Like just like meant the world to me
Gotcha.
in that first date.
It sounds like you felt cared for.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the first time I was cared for. It was just
No,
the first time
I
I
know.
allowed someone to care for me.
Oh, okay.
So we're in the movie, we're watching the movie. She's
Yeah.
laying her head on my shoulder. I'm like, I'm smelling. I'm like, Indian him for me.
I got it.
All right.
That's mad funny.
And I'm like,
Yeah, him.
oh my God, I love you.
Right.
But I'm not saying it or whatever.
Yeah.
And she watched, she paid attention to me.
Yeah.
And she like watched, like when I sat in the movie theater, I didn't just sit down. I watched all the exits. I checked the exits.
Mm.
She was like, she always asked me about that. She was like, "Is that for the military?" I don't know. I just,
Yeah.
niggas ain't gonna catch me lacking. And so after the movie theater, walked around, went home, she dropped me off. And I'll never forget, like, we hugged, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got the car, give me a hug. Going outside the car, give me a hug. My little sisters at the time are super young. So their faces are like plastered to the window.
They can hear a car come. It's
Yeah,
Long
they're
Island,
like
so-
fucking,
Yeah.
right? And she's just like, she thought it was so cute. And like when we hugged,
Mhm.
it was like a real embrace.
Mhm.
I never, she was like, oh, you're the best hug. I feel like I just fit.
Oh,
in the
you
arm.
had
Right,
her.
right.
You had her.
I was like, what? No, she got me now.
Oh, that's
She's
true.
saying shit to me, and I'm like,
Melting.
fit in my arm, bitch. What? Like this bitch is it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was the first date.
Man, I was like, it's meant to happen.
Yeah.
Church from that to that.
Yeah.
It's always
And she's you the only one that got the chance.
The only one at the church that got the
Sheesh.
chance.
So let's fast forward to when y'all made it official. How did that even
So
come
we
about?
met June 10th. We met June 10th,
Mhm.
Sunday, June 10th, 2011.
Oh, he was in love.
I know.
Yes.
I remember the
This is
exact date.
love.
And we went on our date exactly 10 days later.
Okay.
So
20th.
to the 20th.
Yeah.
We made it official the 22nd.
Okay.
The date was on June
I got a good
22nd.
ass memory.
We went on the date June 22nd because we made it official July 22nd.
Damn, 2 days.
A month later?
A month later. And at that point, she had already shown me she was a rider. Right? Like I had so when I came home, what prepped me to get custody of my daughter was a few
Mhm.
things. But my baby mother was trying to take me to court for child support.
All right.
But I had already told the court, like, she's not spending this money on my child. Like, this
Mhm.
money is being spent on boyfriends and all kind of dumb shit. My
Yeah.
child's in unsafe positions, predicaments. I had the worst fucking judge in the world. This judge, like, generationally fucks niggas. Like,
Yeah.
she has fucked over father, son. Like, literally, I said her name. My dad was like, oh, whoa. Like,
So everybody knew.
She was one of those.
if you went to child support court and you heard the name Althea Fields, you were like, fuck, I'm going to jail or I'm about to pay $1 million.
Mm-mm.
So I go in there and
Yeah.
she's talking crazy to me. And I don't really have no cool. I'm fresh out the military. So I'm like, yo, what? I don't really,
Yeah.
I'm still trying to understand how this fucking civilian,
Yeah.
whatever. So I'm like, but whatever. So she's like, if you ain't did this by the next time you come in here, you going to jail.
Jail.
I thought I was going to jail. So one more time, God show up, right? So that happens. So I'm thinking I'm going to jail. So I'm writing shorty net numbers down. And I'm about to go in or whatever. She takes me to the court date. But she had to work, so she couldn't stay, but she dropped me off.
Gotcha.
She was like, we prayed. She was like, whatever's gonna happen, but I'm here. I bet. I go in the court. Dumbass baby mother don't even show up.
So that's good.
So you win, right?
I won.
Oh, okay.
There's no complaint. So
yeah.
Okay.
You got your kid.
No, I didn't have to go do child support. I had to go back. So to get my daughter, that's a whole nother podcast. I had to do a whole bunch of other shit. Whole nother.
Because you got to prove that she's unfit.
So I had to do a whole bunch of shit. But the entire time, she rolled with me. She's there, which is why. So we'll eventually get to it. I'm guessing at the end. But at the demise of that relationship, there was no way. I'm like, you can't talk to my daughter. Like that's her daughter. Like she's been there since I got custody of her. You know what I mean? So there's no way that would happen. But yeah, so we July 22nd, never forget. Because I had got I've only had 2 real jobs. Like 2 civilian real jobs. Both bill collectors, right? I lied on this one application and I just was like, I didn't really lie. I called everybody was getting callbacks and I didn't get one. Yeah. So I just called up and was like, y'all called me for an interview, boom, boom. And I was like, all right. I go up there to the job and interview. And they're like, we can't find your application.
Right.
I don't know. Y'all called me for the interview. Yeah. They're like, nah, no, that's the only way you get this number.
Right.
So they was like, all right, well, I fill out the application. They're like, oh, military? I said, yeah. They make me a manager immediately. Boom. That's fuck crazy. I was doing bill collecting. I'm calling motherfuckers. I had a good fake voice. Yeah. So motherfuckers fell for it all the time. And I'm good at talking to people. Right. Motherfuckers answer phone, start barking on you. I can put that voice on and start talking to them. Next thing you know, they paying their bill in full. No payment plans or nothing. So
he was good at
and so at the time I had no call. She was dropping me off to work, making sure she worked on her schedule, boom. Come pick me up after work, all that shit. We had a routine. Comes pick me up one day. And I'm like, yo. I think that month, we just really fell in love with one another. That month, that entire month, storybook, you name it. From the issues we had to the love, everything. It was just
everything was good.
It was you know what, this is.
What did everybody else that doubted you say? Yeah. When you.
Cousin and stuff. It was like. I knew everybody was like, I knew you was gonna get it. We didn't want you to get it because you're gonna. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna ruin her. Yeah. I'm different now. Fuck, I don't know what I'm hating.
Low key hating.
Oh, hating. OD. At the time I'm doing comedy.
Okay.
That every fucking comedy show.
So supportive.
Showing support, all of that shit.
Yeah.
I'm studying to be at the time I'm studying to be FDNY EMT. So, I'll never forget she came to pick me up one day and it was the workbook.
Gotcha.
To take the test.
Yeah, now it's digital, but
it's digital, but the workbook to take the test. I'm like, I know you're gonna take it, I know you're gonna do well.
Mm-hmm.
That's so sweet.
She was very supportive.
Yeah, super supportive. She was with it.
Yeah.
So July 22nd, the whole day, I'm at work, not really texting her because I'm trying to figure out I'm gonna ask her to be my girlfriend today. I'm gonna ask her to be my girlfriend. I've never done this before. Never in high school, never nothing.
Sheesh.
So I'm like, fuck. So I go get cards and flowers and her favorite candy. Favorite candy's Ferrero Rochers. I'm probably heard of that. You know what they are.
The gold ones.
The gold nugget shit.
They good as hell.
They are. They're fucking disgusting.
I love them.
No, they're disgusting. You're disgusting. Yeah,
you like
those. That's why,
it must be a woman thing.
Yeah,
they have terrible taste. That's why they choose us.
Yeah,
no, they. It's.
I know what it is now.
It's terrible candy.
Yeah.
I like them.
But I went and bought the whole thing.
Sheesh.
Big.
You had money.
No, I was stealing. And so 2 bouquet of flowers, all that shit. So when she comes to pick me up, she's like, what is all this? Let her read the card. Got a little tinkle.
And you wrote in it? That's sweet.
And she was like, it's just the card, be my girlfriend. You know, like, hey, I fucking proposed.
Right.
So
Basically.
she was like, of course. And so July 22nd, 7 deuce.
Man.
That's cute. I love
Right.
that.
All right. So going forward now, this is a 7-year relationship.
On and
You
off,
put on-
yeah.
on and off?
Yeah. I mean, there was some on and off after, but 7 years straight, yeah.
Shoot. So that's going from like 21 to adulthood.
Well, we got married the year after that.
You got married?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Now take us there. How
Yeah.
did you propose and everything like that? Where was you at in your life? A year after you
A
said.
year after. So
All
a
right.
You
year.
got married a year after?
So a
Shoot, I
year
would never
at-
guess that one.
Yeah, so a year has transpired. We've celebrated one another's birthdays, and I believe there was a Christmas. Yes.
Now give me signs. My listeners love to know the signs.
I don't know shit about signs.
No,
What-
they,
my
they
birthday.
Like, yeah,
Oh.
My
it's-
birthday's April 15th.
Just say the month.
what is that?
She's a Virgo. I just found that out.
All right. So was that Aries? No, is that Aries?
I'm an Aries.
Aries, Virgo? I don't-
Virgo?
They're gonna pick it out. They're gonna be like, yeah, I knew that.
No,
that's
I
what
love
they do.
Virgos, but damn.
Yeah.
Aries, Virgo.
But I don't. That's as much as I know about that shit.
Me either. I don't know
But
anything.
we're having in the church, and going to church every week, and she's in the fight with me in regards to my daughter.
Yeah.
Family loves her, mom loves her, dad loves her, everybody loves her. It's just,
Now, what do you think she liked about you the most? Because you said she turned everybody else down. What about you made her be like, all right, I
That's a
want
good
him?
question. I don't
Yeah.
know. I typically don't speak on shit like that. I don't know.
Really?
It always sounds weird when
That
people are like,
sounded
oh,
demon.
she likes this about me.
I actually
Yeah.
like that he didn't answer.
Yeah, I don't really have no answer for that. I
Love
mean,
that.
Wow.
what I can see from what was different from me and the guys at the churches, them niggas was corny. Like, niggas is mad corny. Niggas don't have no
That'll do it.
like
Oh,
niggas
that'll
don't have
do
no
it, yeah.
guidance. They letting the pastor tell them what to do.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
deacons and everybody just
They were
being
just
weird.
being yourself.
And they kind of was like, and I wasn't there, mind
Yeah.
you, right? Like I wasn't there, so
Yeah.
I'm only going off of what I see when I get there.
Yeah.
A lot of them
Yes.
niggas was looking for relationships to fit into the group or fit into to be like,
Nah.
we're young adults, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. I fell in love with that girl.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
She seen something different then.
So I you would have to ask her. I don't know. I wouldn't even venture to guess
Yeah.
what she's seen in me. You know, I'm a handsome nigga.
Yeah.
Put a good fit on.
So
It was
the
well
Long Island
known.
dudes.
And
I
she
don't know how
also,
to describe them.
but yeah, and I'm completely different from that.
Gotcha.
Right? That's why nobody knows I'm from Long Island unless I tell you.
Right,
So when
right,
even she didn't think I was from Long Island.
right.
Like we from Brooklyn, Harlem, something like that. And I'm like, no, I'm from right the corner from here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would never guess.
Um,
I thought you was from Brooklyn all this time.
Yes.
I'm a Brooklyn nigga, but I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? A lot of
Yeah.
niggas get their cards pulled and you look weird. You know what I mean? I'm from where I'm from, but I am who I am. You know what I mean? But that was maybe that was an allure as well. Like knowing that this nigga's not like these niggas. And
Yeah.
you know, I come in, you know, with some shit that you see up front, like tatted all the way up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking like me. And
You
it's
was tatted even going to church? So they was
Yeah,
probably
well,
judging the
well,
shit.
Take
bro.
them off.
No, I'm just saying. Those like church people could be judgy as hell.
Super judgy.
Yes.
You know, I'm
But
pastor.
but you said that you dressed however you wanted.
Have I
So
wanted
that's
with
attractive
jeans,
as
For
hell.
her to
Like
accept you still.
jeans, Ralph.
you're
that says
just
a lot.
being yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
period.
Yeah. I mean,
I like
that started to be a problem later on. But
All right.
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm not sure. You know, I'm not
so
sure.
You proposed. Now, how did you told us how you made her your girlfriend? How did you propose?
Super Long Island. It's very Long Island what I did.
And you got a ring. Like we.
Yeah, when I got a ring, big old ring. I think I put a 1.75 on the hand. Used all my little
At like 23, 22?
22.
I used all my little
What the-
used all my little tax refund on that. Literally.
Right.
Shout out to my cousin CP. Him and his wife, they had got married and they were like really our mentors.
Okay.
Not even from a mentor standpoint. They were just so CP's not really my cousin.
Mhm.
He's one of my cousin's best friends. My cousin grew up with like 5 best friends. Like
Gotcha.
I knew these niggas. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Whenever they see me in the hood, I mean, to an extent, they was like, you know what I mean, trying to look out, but they knew
Yeah.
once I got to where I got, get out the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, CP and his wife, CP and Chanel, matter of fact, they just had they third child, so shout out to them. But they just stayed around us.
Mm-hmm.
Always hung out with us, always took us out, hung out. You know what I mean? It was a bit older, but they never treat us like.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like boom. And so I remember telling CP, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna propose.
Mm.
Like, you ready? And I've always been an honest person. I'm like, no, I'm not ready. But I knew, and I said this early on, right? Because early on in us dating, our pastors pulled us in.
Okay.
So they pulled us in the office with my parents. Her mom didn't go to the church, so my parents acted as her covering.
Mm.
And they were like, I see that, they said they seen that champ change the seat. There's something big in the church. Right? When a woman, it's super patriarchal, it's dumb. But like, a woman comes to the church, she usually sits where she sits.
Yeah.
Oh, she starts saying, well, this man over here, that's a little different now, right? It's like,
right. Some is up.
But now you're sitting with, because I just grew up sitting with my family, that's what I sit with, and it's mad of her. So we take up a whole row.
Mm.
She sits with us. She sits right next to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's church, but my arm is around her. Like, don't play with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So probably like 2-3 weeks in, the pastor calls us in. And he's like, what's your intentions? I'm like, I tell him flat out, I'm gonna marry this woman.
Mm.
Oh.
My mom is like, slow down. I'm like, no. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna marry this woman.
Right.
Like, this is the woman I'm going to marry. This is my first love. This is the love of my life. I'm going to marry this woman. And they were like, all right. He did have it. He was like, all right, well, you just stay focused on the Lord. Keep the Lord first. I'm like, yeah, thanks for that.
Sound like Martin, right?
Yeah, I'm like, thanks for that advice.
Right.
Sure. Wish you would have gave us some real advice. So yeah, I knew I was gonna marry her.
Gotcha.
So I knew I was gonna propose. I think we were coming up on a year.
That's funny.
When do I propose? I proposed in May.
Okay. Almost a year.
I proposed in May. So it was almost a year. So I knew I was gonna propose to Long Island, right? We're gonna meet in Times Square.
From Long Island to Times Square?
That's what Long Island people do. When
Okay.
like when niggas get money.
Yeah.
Like when niggas think you, like when you, we're going to Times Square. Back then, like nigga didn't know nothing. Like I was either taking you to Brooklyn. I wasn't taking her to Brooklyn where I would be at.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm gonna take her to Times Square.
Okay.
We're gonna go to BBQs.
Wow.
And I planned this out. We're going to BBQs. And in front of BBQs, if y'all remember,
It was
the
mad
heyday,
crowded. Yeah.
mad crowd in BBQs. If y'all remember BBQs in its heyday, you remember Yin Yang. I mean, not Yin Yang, Ching Yang, the artist. He would do
the cartoon.
He would do the cartoon.
Yeah, right there.
So Ching Yang,
and then the other dude with the background shit.
right?
Yeah.
I don't know him, but Ching Yang, me and him got cool.
Okay.
That's how much I would. That's how many bitches I took to
That's crazy.
BBQs?
That's
BBQs in the
Damn.
years.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'm gonna get Ching Yang to draw this picture,
Mm.
and in the picture, it's gonna be me proposing to her.
Got you.
So it's like, it's my life. So because I don't know how to do anything properly, I take the train. I get off the train at I get off the train at 34th. I walk up 42nd. I get stopped by the police. No reason. And the police just stop me.
Right.
Like, yo, where you going? What do you mean where I'm going? I'm going where I was going.
Right.
Oh, well, you want to talk? He put his hand on me. Don't touch me. Nigga try and get, what I mean? I'm grabbing him. He grabbing me. His man come out. I'm like, oh, I see what's going on. All right, I got it.
Mm.
This is before the Black Lives Matter movement. This is, you just, but you
Stop
still
it,
knew.
Chris.
But you still
Yeah,
knew.
you can get your ass
These
whooped.
niggas will bust your ass.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
It's mad funny.
you got it, my boy. So they patting me down. They find the ring.
Mm.
And I have for whatever reason, because I'm an idiot, I have it tucked. Like I'm like it's drugs.
Right.
I have it tucked in my crotch. I'm like, I know it. And ain't want nobody, like, niggas see the bulge in my cargos.
Yeah.
It's funny, I have on cargos today.
Yeah.
But this is 2011, 2010.
Baggy,
You know what I mean? The cargo, this is when we do cargos in the Arizona Diamondback joint.
Yeah.
I'm me.
There's some phones, yeah.
So I got that was what I had on.
Yeah.
So I had the shit in there. They're like, what's this? Where you get it from? I'm like, yo, I don't got no receipt for this. This is my shit. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
I'm like, what you gonna do? You gonna call it? I'm talking crazy to him because now I'm getting tight.
Holding you up. Yeah.
I'm like, boy, I'm going to propose. You want to come with me to propose to the bitch? And like, whatever. I take the ring, walk up, get up there. Now my cousins had already, CP, his wife, CP and Chanel had already had her out there I did the thing. I already met a family, met a pops, or called the pops, asked for a hand in marriage, did all that. So everybody knew this was happening.
Gotcha.
This is romantic.
Everybody knew. And so everybody's texting my phone. Did you do it? Did you do it? I said, no, man, what the fuck? I didn't do it yet. So we in line. She's getting antsy. Probably should have told her to eat before. Because I know her. And I know women. And when they get hungry,
whole different person.
Yeah.
So we're in line for BBQs. And I'm like, yo, let's, Chinging, I give him the wink. He's like, you want to take a picture? Let me draw you a picture. I'm like, damn, man, rude. I'm like, let's take the picture. So she's like, all right. So she's all up on me, the face. And so he's done. And just on cue, he turns it around. She's like, what? We weren't even sitting like this. And when she turns around, I'm on bended knee.
Oh, I love
that's fire.
The ring. And she's like,
that's fire.
You know what I mean?
That is
and then like
cute.
everybody in Times Square is like, say yes, say yes, say
That's a scene.
yes.
That's a strip too. Yeah.
It's a movie. So I'm
Yeah.
like, she says yes. And it's a beautiful moment. And the whole day we're on cloud 9.
That's fire.
But yeah, so I proposed.
And then y'all
to
went
her.
to eat at BBQs?
Yeah, we.
I was
Hey, we was child.
I was kidding.
All right, so let's move a little forward now.
Mhm.
Wait, y'all had the cornbread for celebration with the candle?
Hell no.
Oh,
Cornbread trash.
Cornbread dry as hell.
Hell yeah.
I was only there for the sticky wings. Fuck wrong with you? You eating cornbread at
That
BBQ.
cornbread is trash.
that's how they do celebrations with a candle.
You was eating cornbread at BBQs. Keep it a buck. Don't lie.
I have one.
Let me know exactly what I need to know about her.
Yeah.
Strong-
When I was
That
like
is-
19.
That is crazy.
Strong throat.
Yeah.
Whoa. Jeez Louise.
That cornbread is dry as shit. That's yeah.
Cornbread like this table.
Nah, yeah.
I'm talking about it would come out fresh. It was hot still.
Yes.
And
Still
so
hard.
just dry. Yeah.
Dry as
that's
shit.
bad. That rice and the cornbread.
Yo, the
I never
rice
had
was
the
like
rice.
pebbles.
Yeah. Couldn't do it.
Literally sticky wings, French fries. That's
Yeah.
it.
Or the burger. That's it. Turkey burger. That's it.
Nah, you was a brave man trusting that turkey burger.
Turkey burger?
Yeah, I ain't do the
Turkey burgers in general. All right, anyway. Sorry.
Anyway, we yeah. So
All right, you propose. Y'all are married now. Wait, you proposed.
yeah.
Pose. So now
And
it
then-
gets sticky.
Huh?
Now it gets sticky.
All right, go
right?
ahead. But any questions you have, Tasha?
Mm-mm.
All right.
So we get married. We get engaged, and the church loves it. And we're at this. There was a huge influx of young people getting married at our church.
Okay.
Okay.
At this time, like everyone that grew up in the church got married at this time. Or
All
within a like 2 to 3 year period.
All right.
Everyone, like, we all got married within like the pastor and the pastor's daughter who grew up my age. Her and her husband, they had got married young, like about 22, 23, same age.
Yeah.
Her best friend, and
It was like a thing.
it was a thing in our
Everybody-
church that everybody at
Yeah,
that age
that's
was
crazy.
getting married. It was crazy. It was like,
And then what made it
Crazy.
sticky? What do you mean by that?
all right, because it's me, so it's nothing goes the way it's supposed to go.
It's crazy.
We
to
were
think
good at we would sleep together,
Mhm.
but it would be like, oh my God, we gotta pray. Can't believe we did that. I was
So yeah,
like,
it's sin and
what
then
is
pray.
that? Sin and pray, sin and pray, sin and pray.
Dang.
The night of the engagement,
All right.
she gets pregnant.
Oh
Wow.
shit.
Gets pregnant.
That was
night,
really on cloud 9.
yeah, it's like got pregnant. The night of the engagement,
Mhm.
right? So she tells me, she's like, I'm late. I'm like, for what? I ain't invite you nowhere. And she was like, she's like, I'm late.
That's a
I'm
nigga
like,
comment.
what? What are you talking about? She's like, my period, none of that. I'm like, yo, you're not pregnant, yo. Just pray about it. You're not pregnant.
You just pray about it.
Yeah.
Nah, she was pregnant. And we're trying to figure out what we're gonna do about it.
Mm.
I'm like, what you want to do? She was like, I don't know. I don't want to get no abortion. I'm like, yo, what do you want to do, bro? Like,
What's going through your mind?
I'm like, another fucking kid? But I also was like, I love the shit out of this.
Mm-hmm.
woman.
You would have a kid with her. Yeah.
Like, fuck it, let's do it. But I'm
Mhm.
not saying that to her.
Right.
Because,
Yeah.
I don't want
Yeah.
And yeah. So
Wait, y'all felt it was weary because of church or just?
Or just church.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it was me being like, damn, I'm not in no position to bring another kid in this world. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Church, how to
The church
keep it
was
going.
a major
Her.
impact.
it was always about her.
Mhm.
Okay.
One thing I don't play with to this day, I don't play about her.
Okay.
Like together or not, no one's going to disrespect her. No one's going to violate her. I'm coming at you with the wrath of God if you play with her. And I've always been like that from day one. So my thing
Now,
is
how
always,
do you, how did
go ahead.
like current if you were to have a girlfriend currently, how
Yeah.
would they feel about
That's
that
you
relationship?
got to ask them.
All right. Was there any issues?
Has there been? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I can see
Man.
that.
But that's the mother of my child. That
Okay.
is that's the mother of my children. There's a bond we have that is inexplicable. That I don't even really care to explain to people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll never. She could hate me all she wants. I will never ever feel away or have any ill will towards her. Like I said, if she needs me, I'm coming. If she wants something, she's gonna have it. But I say that specifically at that time, my intention was always to protect her.
Gotcha.
And I knew how the church was, specifically this church, because I grew up there.
Right,
Okay.
right.
So I'm like, they gonna look at her crazy, doing them boom. I'm just like, I'm a protector. I'm a protector. At that time, so I remember you had said something about like red flags or something just in the email, right?
Yeah.
Some red flags I had noticed throughout the year of dating her and, being a boyfriend and all that shit. She don't know how to talk to me.
In
Talk
what
to
ways?
you?
In ways, yeah, she doesn't know how to speak
Okay.
to me. People in general, but I don't give a fuck
Right.
about them. Me, right? Like she's, when she's upset, all that sweet shit goes
It's
out the window.
disrespectful.
It's disrespectful.
Oh, okay.
And because I was just my nose was so wide open, I was so in love, I let it slide. I also was not equipped. I was not equipped with the tools to be able to healthily have a conversation about, hey, you're violating. I didn't know.
Right.
I think you said it in some. You said what I learned in this. That is,
Yeah,
and I'm going to speak about it
we got to speak
later.
About it later. Yeah.
But I kind of have to speak about it now.
Yeah.
My entire relationship with her taught me who I am. It taught me my boundaries. Taught me because I didn't have that before because I never was in a relationship before.
Right.
So
you were very young. You were very
yeah.
young.
No, but
Now-
she had like 2 or 3 relationships. Like I was an anomaly. Like to go through high school and not have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Nah, I was just fucking on things. I
That's
was like,
true,
nah, I don't want nobody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was me. So
So it's just
things
like trial and error.
Yeah, a lot of things that would have been dealt with or experienced before, I didn't. So everything was like super like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Every argument I was like, I don't want to lose her.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose her. What are you gonna do? So everything was my fault.
Gotcha.
So I said that on the questionnaire. If you've seen it, like, what did I learn?
Yeah.
It was my fault.
Yeah.
Right? Everything was my fault. Oh, it's my fault. Oh, it's my fault. Oh, it's my fault. It's my fault.
Now,
Oh.
I always ask my guests, where did they learn about love or where did they see positive love? You
My
said
parents.
you talked about CP.
CP and his wife, sure, but they're like, yes, they're positive
for
love.
You to say, for you to say you was not equipped.
It was my parents because I wasn't equipped because my parents were so focused on taking care of us.
Oh, got you.
There was a lot of nuanced conversation that we just didn't have.
Got you.
Like what?
Relationships, interactions, healthy interactions within relationships.
Mhm.
I didn't see it.
But did they have it though?
What do you mean?
Like you said you didn't see it at all from them?
No, they didn't have the conversation with me.
Okay.
Right?
Got you.
So I was kind of like applying what I learned from my parents through like seeing it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work that way because every relationship is different.
And it's a different generation.
And I'm a different type of person.
Yeah.
Right? So that whole it's my fault thing, I get that from my dad. My dad, the most stand-up nigga in the world. Right? If he says he's gonna do it, he's gonna do it. He's that nigga. Like everybody parents got war stories. He's really that nigga. You go to Gowanus, you go to Turnkey, you go anywhere downtown.
Yeah.
Old time niggas, they know him. He's that nigga, right? Never ever see him yell at my mother. Never see him put my hands on my mother. Never see him interact in a way to make my mother feel like she was less than.
Right.
Like he would go in anywhere. They're married almost 30 years.
Sheesh.
26 years. They got married in 96. you think about their love story, right? My parents met in November of 95. They were married in February 96.
God damn.
Both of them had 2 kids.
Yeah.
And they were 26, 27.
Mm-hmm.
My parents' birthday is the same day.
What?
Both my
I
parents' birthday
love
the same
shit
day.
like that. Wow.
So it's
What
like
the hell? Yeah.
you look at my parents
Yeah.
and then you looking at us, and it's like we have a lot of those
parallels.
parallels and same things. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
That's dope. Yeah.
you know what I mean? But I'm not my dad, and that's what I had to realize. Now, and obviously we'll talk about it later on, but there was a point where I realized it wasn't my dad. So a lot of you talking to me like this ain't gonna work. But yes, I said that because yes, that was some of the red flags. Was she
She
didn't
know how
know.
to talk to you.
Yeah, in conflict, it was always like scorched earth. So the only way she knew how to move. And a lot of
How would you take it? So she will say something to you, and you wouldn't like it. How would you respond back?
I just wouldn't. Just be quiet.
He said he didn't
bottle
want to lose her, so he was
Yeah.
probably
Bottle
passive.
living.
Yeah, very passive.
Yeah.
So, I mean, after a year of that, you don't get passive no more. Now it's like, yo, what the fuck, yo? What you
Yeah.
talking to?
Mhm.
And now she's looking at me crazy, like, well, oh my God, why you talking to me like that?
Right.
I take that back. She's not looking at me like that. She's looking at me, nigga, who the fuck are you talking to?
So it's like a back and forth.
And now, 2 people.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
Well, I don't argue to this day.
You
So
don't
what
argue.
What do you do?
Now,
Yeah.
I dismiss it. I'm super dismissive if it's an argument. Like, there's no
Just
space
blow
in
it
my
off.
life to argue. If you want to have a discussion,
Yeah.
a conversation where 2 people,
I feel like women lose. Like talking to you, they probably lose. Like
now you win. If you want to win, it's up
you
to
can
you.
talk.
Yep.
But
you
look-
do this shit for the living, right?
But
For a
look, if
living.
you want to talk,
yeah.
we're going to have a discussion, right? I'm not here to gaslight you or manipulate you.
Gotcha.
Tell me where I'm wrong.
Okay.
If you want me to accept that I'm wrong, you do have to prove to me I'm wrong.
Right.
Because,
Yeah, I feel that.
right? And a lot of women may not want to do that or whatever and feel like, oh, you're doing it. Just tell me where I'm wrong and just prove it. If you prove to me where I'm wrong, I will
Gotcha.
own up to being wrong. A lot of
Gotcha.
women don't want to do that, and then I get tagged as, oh, you're just. But yeah, if you're arguing or
Yeah.
that loud talking and yelling and
Yeah.
Just
you're
disrespect.
talking at me, and you begin to speak in absolutes.
Yeah.
The minute I hear you say you always,
Mm.
you never,
Yeah,
I tune
that's
out.
my issue.
I tune out. I tune out, and I'm not even paying you no mind. And I'm like, cool.
So that really drives them nuts, right?
And so it started there.
Yeah.
Because it was like, that is like a trauma response to
Yeah.
what, because back then I just like, I'm not losing this woman.
Yeah.
I'm not losing her. Like this, I'm not losing this. So just be quiet, and then you blow up, and then we yell, and we fight. And it just was, I attribute it to like us being young. And then like anybody that would hear us is just, oh, you're young.
Mm.
No, we have some fundamental issues
Yeah.
about to enter into a marriage that need to be addressed before we fucking fuck this
Yeah.
up.
Did anybody know about like how y'all would argue or whatever? Friends?
Yeah.
family? Did they try to like help?
I mean, it
situation?
wasn't like toxic, like fighting and shit, but it was just like, damn, why y'all arguing? Like we would have arguments and it'd be like, how did y'all do that?
Yeah.
Like y'all just like hugged up.
Over basic stuff or like actual
So, it was just,
things.
like basic stuff.
Oh,
Like we had an argument, like we had like a knockdown drag out argument over Uno.
Oh man.
And it was just because she didn't want to be wrong. Like she did not, and I didn't put 2 and 2 together till like a few years later.
Because she didn't want to be
She
wrong.
didn't want to be wrong because we were in front of people.
Yeah.
She felt
Alright.
challenged.
yeah. I remember those dumbass young days. You ain't never have dumbass arguments?
All the
when you
time.
young? Mine
It
was,
could
you
be
remember
about
that
Uno too,
blue
yeah.
and, what's it called? That gold and black dress?
Oh,
Blue and gold.
yeah.
That was my biggest dumbass argument with my
Was
child's
it
father.
blue? Was it gold? Yeah.
Yeah. We went at it for hours, and I'm just like, dog. Anyways, so yeah. But we were young.
Yeah, no, yeah.
So like,
Yeah. I had dumbass arguments as an adult about Kanye West.
oh, I'm not
But-
doing that in my
I've done
30s. I'm not doing that in my 30s. But okay,
Yeah.
so after a year, it goes downhill. Now she's pregnant.
Not downhill. But
Not
we
downhill,
see
but
Yeah.
You
Red
see-
flags. Yeah.
the red flag. We see
more arguments, I mean.
the human side of it.
And she's pregnant
Okay.
at the time when you start peeping this.
No, it was before.
All right.
Now, yeah, it was before. Now she gets pregnant. We figure out, what we're gonna do. She's one thing about it is I always wanted to protect her image. And I never wanted people in my business. Same way I am today.
Mhm.
I don't say my government. don't post pictures of my kid's face without something over it.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah,
I'm very private in regards to that, right?
Gotcha.
So I didn't want the people knowing our business. She schedules a meeting with our pastor.
Mhm.
Our pastor is like, "Oh my God, what is this?" And our pastor says, y'all gotta get married.
Mm.
Y'all was already getting married. I'm like, all right, cool. Fuck it, all right.
Okay.
Her biggest thing with me wasn't that I cheat. Never cheated. The way women interact with me.
Flirtatious?
Very like the same. Y'all see it outside now.
Mm.
Like, right? It's just like on a bigger level because this like whatever. This acclaim there is now, right? Or whatever you want to call it, right?
How you downplay it? All right.
It's because it has nothing, it doesn't pay my bills.
Gotcha.
To an extent, right?
Gotcha.
Like people know women liking me doesn't
Gotcha.
change my bottom line, right? In the grand scheme, maybe
Yeah.
being attractive does, but like being associated with famous or popular doesn't really do anything for me. The reason I say that is because the way it is now is no different than
before.
up,
All right.
right? It's just more people have eyes on me, more people have access. So like women would just be very friendly, very very flirtatious with me. She didn't like that shit. So she was always going through a phone.
Jeez Louise.
Always. This is new to me. I've never had this done before.
Oh man.
She's going through my phone. She finds this is what led to her calling the pastor. She finds like a text message from a girl being like, "Hey boo, baby." You know, girls use that type of lingo.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it back. But I'm just texting regular. Pops off on me. First time she put a hand
Like
on me.
hit?
Yeah, first time. Pop, pop, pop. Hands on me fast. I'm like, oh shit. Oh, God. I'm like, oh shit. This is what this is?
Like what, a relationship?
I'm like, this is what this is. Like, this is okay. Cool. Like, I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Did my best to like restrain her. Also keeping in mind, she's fucking 2-3 months pregnant. She makes the call to the pastor.
Right.
The pastor down. They're like, Mousy, apologize. Say you won't do it again. I'm like, oh, bro, I won't do it again. And I'm like, well, fuck it. Since we here, tell her stop talking to me crazy. And I'm snitching too. They're like, well, you know. She says she could do better. Then she tells them that she's pregnant. And they're like, oh, and they have this look in her eyes, and I just want to like. This woman looked at her with such like disappointment. I wanted to like. I wish I could jump to this
knock
day.
her out.
No, not knock a woman.
No,
out, well, yeah,
not
like,
that. Not
jump in the way of that look.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Felt like I failed during that moment. Felt like I couldn't protect her.
Yeah.
Right? Because this is the thing. So they're like, well, what are you going to do?
Crazy.
And so I'm like, fuck it. We're getting married. Right? Because if this is what's going to protect her from being looked at crazy.
God, you got to rush it now. Yeah.
Let's get married. We were already going to get married.
Yeah.
Right? We were already going to get married the next year, the following year. We was already going to do it. Fuck it. Let's get married. So we go get married. We get married like probably like the next day.
And what's the city?
Nah, we're in on Long Island. We just went to the magistrate out there. Did the wedding.
That's how easy it is to get married?
You go to like the office.
Just pay $70 for the marriage license. It's like in a slave. Like you pay $70 for a marriage license.
It's like a what?
Like in a slave. It's like you pay $7 for the marriage license. They make sure you ain't like a fraud. And then you take it to a pastor to sign off on. We took it to the pastor to sign off on it. Only people there was CP and Chanel.
Wow.
Oh wow.
They've seen everything. They've seen a lot.
They seen it all.
Yeah.
Seen it all.
So now,
and she had, I'm sorry for interrupting, but she had the worst first trimester. Oh my God. I feel so bad for even talking about it today. Like she had the worst first trimester. Like she couldn't hold down anything. Couldn't hold down anything. And like it happens to some women. Yeah. Like the enzymes in the saliva make you throw up. And she had that.
You taste her body.
So like she couldn't even really like like us talking, we swallow spit mad time.
Yeah.
She couldn't do it.
Wow.
She throw up. So like they were just like for the first trimester, just bottles of spit.
Yeah.
Like I get
spitting it up. Yeah. Wow.
No,
yeah. Yeah, but so I remember.
But after that it was good. She was
second trimester was good.
Okay.
Got into a really bad argument about chicken sandwiches because she was pregnant.
Because she was craving
I
it,
brought
or
the wrong chicken sandwich home.
Oh,
Well,
She
that's
wanted
normal,
a burger.
though.
She wanted a Burger King chicken sandwich.
and you bought a
I
Wendy's or some
asked-
shit?
No, I asked for the Burger King chicken sandwich. I said the number. She said it's the number 4. I said I have the number 4. Motherfucker gave me the number 5. It was the long chicken sandwich.
Oh, you don't know. You want the regular burger.
She wanted the
Well, I'm not
round.
saying.
Yeah.
To be clear, I'm not saying it's normal to be yelled at. I'm just saying a craving.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Like-
I was just like, what the fuck? I didn't
So
go through this with my first baby mother because
Yeah.
we didn't know that was my baby until after the baby,
Okay.
baby was
So
born.
now you're going through a full
I'm
pregnancy.
going through the
with somebody.
full
All
pregnancy.
of the
Yes.
Full pregnancy.
all
be
the
stressful.
emotions.
Yeah.
All right. So let's fast forward a little bit.
Yep.
Baby comes out, right?
That's right. That's gonna sound crazy. Nobody like, what was that?
Yeah. Baby's out.
My daughter. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Sonny.
Now, how does the relationship change? And did y'all get married while she was pregnant?
We got married like.
You said that. You said that.
I got
You
like
said that.
married like a week or two
I'm
after
thinking
that
of a
meeting.
whole like ceremony type of thing.
No.
All right.
No
So,
ceremony.
Now, baby,
Dude, that's fun. That's weird. I still feel like I owe her that.
can't do that now. Or maybe.
Yeah.
Hey,
And
you
I
never
just
know.
feel like I cheated her.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Now, your daughter's born.
Mhm. My
they-
daughter's born January 1st.
Wow.
Yeah, she's the second baby born in New York. If the
Okay.
motherfucking doctor would have induced it the way she was supposed to, she would have been the first, and we got a little check.
She would have got money.
Fuck that.
You get money for that?
Yeah.
I don't know if they
12
still
o'clock on
do
the
it.
dot?
On
But
the
they
dot,
used
first
to.
baby in New York, she would have been. Fuck
I didn't know that.
nigga. Hate him. Hate him bad. Hate
So
him
now,
bad.
I think it's like a few thousand.
Yeah, you
Really?
You get a couple
Yeah.
bracks.
wow.
Free
Never knew
infant
that.
all kind of shit.
I never knew that.
But yeah, my
He about
my
to
daughter
start
comes
planning.
home.
Yeah.
My daughter comes home, and then officially I get custody of my oldest,
All right.
like around the same, like
Wow.
all within like a week.
That's dope.
So we
All right.
went from like just being a
Y'all,
married couple, just the two of us, like in a matter of like
A whole family.
the whole family.
All right. Now, a lot of people say like, all right, after baby is born, things change in a relationship. Did this happen in this case?
Of course,
What like?
we weren't equipped to be married. So yes,
So now baby's involved, and
fucking
are you still in the like?
that
are you
shit
still
tough.
mousing the streets and all that stuff?
yeah,
Right.
yeah. Still in the street, still in the street. Still doing comedy though.
Mhm.
I'm doing church comedy. So
No curses.
no cursing. That was it,
Damn,
though.
you got to be nice.
But no, but it's still the same content.
Yeah.
But just I didn't curse. So, making a little money off of that, thinking I'm gonna be the next Kevin Hart. I've abandoned all thoughts of being at EMT. That would take too
Okay.
much time.
Yeah.
I'm in the streets at night, so home with my daughter in the daytime. That woman's a rider. Let me say that, right?
Mhm.
That woman's a rider. But whatever we're gonna talk about, where I may say something that probably is not painting her in the best light, she's a rider.
Mhm.
Those years she started a fucking. We weren't figuring it out. Shit wasn't jumping the way it was supposed to jump.
Mhm.
She found a fucking way to make money. She's fucking super artistic, right? Starts a cake business out of nowhere. I didn't like, oh my God,
What?
bake.
Cake business?
making
Wow.
making cakes for people. And she fucking bust that shit up, like
Wow.
Oh, that's
making
cool.
all kind of cakes with the faces and all that shit.
Yeah.
Did that shit, anything to bring money in that crib,
That's
right?
dope. Yeah.
We had our little spot,
Mhm.
wasn't much at all. It was literally a 1-bedroom
Mhm.
that I maneuvered and changed into like a 1-bedroom studio. So like the
Okay.
living room, we made our bedroom,
Mhm.
and then the 1-bedroom we gave to the kids.
Kids.
Okay.
But you gotta do it work.
Make
Make
it
it
we
work.
had
You
a
got to make it
time.
work.
Gotta
Yeah.
make it work. That woman was a rider. She was a
That's dope.
rider.
That's dope.
But yeah, shit changed obviously.
Anything?
Whoa.
No, I was asking you if you had anything to say.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Now, full family, right? So the argument and everything like that was still happening
hmm
to a higher degree.
Yeah.
Now, where did you feel like you was gonna lose it at one like any point of the relationship?
Or did
When
you
the kid-
want to leave at one point?
Yeah, or that.
Never want to leave that woman.
Okay.
Feel like I was gonna lose her. No, I mean we're married, so it's like, and I wasn't the enlightened person I am today. I like to think I am today. So,
Now
there
you
was
still
very much some patriarchal mindset. Like,
now where was you in your career too? 'Cause you was did you started hosting?
did
No.
not know anything about this shit yet.
You
You were just
traveling to
doing the
Brooklyn,
comedy?
nothing?
I mean, I was going to Brooklyn doing
Yeah.
comedy though. I was going to Inkwell and shit like that doing
Got you,
comedy.
got you.
I would work out material at like Eastville Comedy Club and shit like that. But yeah, I was super focused on being like the next Kevin Hart.
So what? At this point, how old are you? 26-ish?
Not even. Because 26 is when I realized I want to do this shit. So
Okay,
I'm
that's so I
22,
guess that's what I'm trying to
23,
figure out.
Hey, everything
24,
happened fast.
25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So like 24, 25.
And the fights are getting uglier.
In what ways?
Yeah, fights are getting uglier. Like, you know, we're very comfortable with the hand.
Oh.
I've never talked about this anywhere.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's like I'm not hitting her, but I'm very much aggressively grabbing her up, right? Whereas like, yo, stop hitting me, you know what I mean? And
Did the kids see this or no?
no.
All right, all right.
But there was only a moment. It was only a matter of time.
So
right?
y'all got used to that type of treatment with each other
Yeah.
and will
Where
come
I'm
back.
talking to you a certain way.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm yelling at you, yoking you up, you hitting me. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is toxic love.
Breaking up, right? How you married and breaking up? Right, we breaking
But
up.
where were y'all going? How were y'all separating? Or you weren't?
So one time, shout out to my father. One time, I forgot how old. Oh, fuck. Let me do that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sonny is not even one. Not even fucking one. The IUD isn't even in yet. This how
Not
like
IUD.
this how crazy shit was. We're in our new apartment, living life.
Mhm.
Bitches are still texting me.
Oh my God. She's still going through the phone?
Still going through the phone. Still going through the phone.
But
It
you
was
weren't
something
cheating
she was
at that
doing.
point?
Was you on Twitter at that time?
Everybody was on Twitter.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, he was-
but not.
yeah.
I wasn't lit.
He
All
said
right,
he
all
didn't know he wanted to be.
Yeah, if I
What
was on
he
Twitter,
is.
but yeah, I had everything. I just wasn't lit. I
Got
wasn't
you.
using
But
it.
I'm saying you were not cheating.
Like, what
No,
makes...
I wasn't cheating, but the shorty was talking to me. She was talking to me how she was talking to me or whatever. And well, I was about to tell you, yeah, shorty was talking to me crazy. To me, it wasn't even that crazy. At this time, I started going to acting classes with Ulysses and Jesse Terrell, the Terrell
Oh,
brothers.
shit.
And I was doing well,
All right.
right? There was a girl in the class, and she was my partner in a few of the scenes.
Mhm.
We always killed in the scenes together, right? We always like the class would stand up, give a standing ovation. So we just always stayed in contact.
Gotcha.
So she hit me one day and she was like, "Hey, boo," or "baby," or something like that. She was like, "Hey, hun,
Yeah.
what are you gonna be in class this Saturday?"
Mhm. So seeing that was triggering.
She went crazy on me. She's like, "Fix this shit. I'm here with your kids." She's going crazy. I'm like, at that time, I was just like, that. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like, no, there's nothing. I'm not doing nothing. Like, I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
The fuck you yelling at me for? I didn't do anything.
Right, right.
This is on the heels of me, like, I had just signed this contract with this church on Long Island to do like 5 big shows,
Okay.
comedy shows. Like, I'm getting prepared for this shit. I'm not really about to deal with this shit, bro. Like, whatever. So she's like, I'm leaving. She leaves. I'm used to this.
Okay.
Takes the baby, she leaves. I'm like, whatever. Fuck you.
Where is she going?
My parents' house.
Your parents. Okay.
Go to my parents' house.
Okay.
There for like 1 day, 2 days. My dad's talking to me. He's like, "You gonna come get your wife?" No. You know where the fuck we live?
That was toxic.
I go out. I go out the crib one day. I had to do something. I forgot what I had to do. I go out the crib one day. I come back. I thought we got robbed.
Mm-hmm. She took
You
everything.
took everything?
Everything
To
gone.
go where, though?
Put that shit. She put some of that shit in storage. Took our bed. Put that shit in my parents' crib, and she stayed. She was at my parents' crib for like 3 months.
Because of
Wow.
that text?
She felt like he was cheating.
Well, I want to ask
And-
this. Was she not okay with, like, would she have been happier if you went to do the EMT thing? Okay, yeah, I figure. You know how you're
Just being
creative. Like,
outside,
you
yeah,
got to
yeah.
network, you got to, especially acting, you're going to be close, you got to have chemistry.
Yeah.
So, okay, that makes
So
sense.
that was like the biggest downfall of this relationship, or was it things that you was doing? Like,
Well, he
made
said he
her-
wasn't
I
cheating.
think there was many.
No, I'm
times.
saying,
you
like,
don't
you
gotta
can
cheat,
still-
though.
you can
I
still
wasn't.
show-
Mine is
I don't think I
cheating.
was. I don't think I
Shit.
was. I wasn't a good husband because I wasn't equipped to be a good husband.
Right.
Okay. You didn't have the tools.
That woman was a damn good wife, but she wasn't equipped to be a good wife.
Yeah, started young. Get it?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Women are just way more nurturing.
Right.
So it's like even her worst job at being a wife is 30 times better than my job of being a husband.
Right.
Gotcha.
Let's not even add in all the, the shit I had yet to unlearn.
Right.
The patriarchy,
The roles and stuff.
Well, I mean, we pretty much agreed on those roles. Like that wasn't, but
yeah, I like gender roles. I'm just kidding.
But like, yeah, like the chauvinism. There was just a lot of unlearning I had to do, that I hadn't did and I hadn't even begun to think about. Right, just think this is the way you interact with women.
Yeah,
You're a woman. But yeah, that happened. That was one of the things.
What led to the downfall of the relationship?
There was
take us back.
There was no conflict resolution.
So what things
Things
happened?
just got
conflict?
worse. It was just conflict,
Yeah.
no resolution, and it felt like we had really good pockets in the span of like craziness and chaos. And I think what the eventual downfall was, I stopped doing comedy. Comedy just didn't do it for me. I was just like, I don't love this.
Slow grind, yeah.
Not even a slow grind. What I do, some could say is a slow grind. I don't love it. I don't love comedy.
Okay.
I'm not willing to be broke for comedy. I was being broke and I was like, nah, I'm going back outside to get busy.
Yeah.
About to take everything from everybody because I'm not about to be broke doing it.
Gotcha.
It was okay. I wasn't okay, but it was, I understood being broke while chasing this dream.
Yeah.
Right? So the eventual downfall was I stopped doing comedy. I went back to get my accreditation to be a physical therapy assistant.
Okay.
So I could work with, I wanted to be a pediatric physical therapy assistant. So I went and got certified as a physical therapy aide. And she liked that because it looks like,
yeah.
All right.
It's conventional.
And I talked to my brother. My brother said, yo, bro, you should be on the radio with Charlamagne. And I'm on the phone like, yeah, I should. The fuck? How do I get there? He always gave me this one rule of advice ever since I know him. He says, yo, bro, do something, don't do nothing. And I like got it.
Yeah.
It clicked. Every time he said it, it clicked.
Yeah.
It's the most
that's simple as hell.
Simple thing ever.
That shit was like,
but it's like when you hear it, when I heard it, it clicked every time.
Yeah.
Do something, don't do nothing. Right the next day when I discovered podcasts, I discovered The Read.
Everybody did that when he first.
The Read was the very first podcast I heard in 2014, and then that eventually led me to Brilliant Idiots, Combat Jack.
Yeah,
where I would eventually sign. With Loudspeaker Network. But that was
like the biggest at the time. Yeah.
Yeah. So in 2014, is when I started the He-Man Woman Haters Club.
Dang, he was early in it. Yeah.
So, I had told, I hit up me and Reek. I think everybody here knows Reek.
Yeah.
Me and Reek knew each other. And then we had a third friend named Bonji. Bonji hit me. I had already wrote up the idea. I'm like, I'm going to do this podcast. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I had a studio I was going to do. Bonji reaches out and he's like, yo, you ever heard of a podcast? I'm like, yeah. Like, yo, we should do one. I'm like, well, I already have an idea for one. Like, you could come on board with the shit I'm doing. Like, yeah. And then we started doing test episodes. Once again, this woman's a writer. He-Man Woman Haters Club original artwork, she did.
Wow.
Yeah,
she could draw like that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I don't know where I would find it, but if you're able to find that original He-Man Woman Haters Club artwork, she did that.
Wow.
And so, we're recording the episodes and we're just me, Reek, and Bonzi are passing them out through email. Not even no real email list. We're just emailing the episode to our friends. I'm just like, I don't know what we're doing, but let's test it out. After a while, people were ready.
Yeah.
Like, yo, where can I hear this?
Yeah.
And we released it May 14th of 2014. And then, didn't do nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But, loyal.
Something,
we're
doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Then I start coming outside. Start going to parties that aren't around anymore. And I start going to events.
A lot of parties ain't around.
See, nobody can feel.
Yeah.
So that way nobody feels bad. A lot of parties aren't around anymore.
Dude.
So,
Jesus Christ.
but anyway,
But it's good that she was supporting you, even though she wasn't like she was all in, but she had the weariness.
Mhm.
yeah,
So I like that.
And
Yeah.
so, same thing happened. Now, I'm getting lit on Twitter
hmm
and lit on Instagram.
Yeah.
And that's solely from the podcast.
So podcasting, yeah,
Being
and
on
being
Twitter.
outside.
Yeah,
Twitter, I'm getting lit on Twitter from being on Twitter. My
Okay,
tweets
okay.
were like,
yeah,
like immediately I was getting
Right.
boom,
Gotcha.
boom, boom. Instagram took a while, but Twitter, that's my shit.
Yeah.
But I was already in there
Yeah,
with,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Boom, yo, who is this nigga? Where you go? Boom, boom. Oh, Empire? Yeah, I remember him. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Oh, the nigga from Long Island. Yeah, I remember him. Boom, boom. Dodge is a huge reason too. Like I started going outside with her and
She
Kaz.
knew everybody, right?
Yeah, so it was like, I was getting lit. The lit I'm getting, once again, to bring more women. A lot of women at the time. Shout out to the women. They're the ones pushing the buttons.
right.
So hey, also at this time when I was using Instagram for fun,
Yeah.
I had pictures of her and my family and everything was up there, and it was my wife and this and that. As soon as I started doing that shit, I took all that shit down.
Mm.
I don't know these niggas.
Wait, what?
Like
As
as
soon
soon
as
as
you
I
did
started doing like, when I
Uh-huh.
started getting lit,
Oh, yeah.
because I took that shit down because
Oh.
So that looked bad. It looked bad for her. I mean,
I mean, I
she
explained
felt
it.
bad.
I
on
explained
your
it to her,
part. Yeah.
but she had to understand.
It's
like,
hard to explain that to women though.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, I'm a
Because-
street nigga. Yo. Like I'm a street nigga.
Especially
But
like
also,
I
while
look
you're
at it,
getting-
I don't post women because that's their way to get to me.
What
'Cause,
you
like,
mean?
If I post my chick and they can't get to me, they can get to her, and that could get.
Yeah.
And me
But
explain
also,
that.
I was gonna go. No,
Right.
go ahead.
I always thought about it like that.
I was gonna say that, we're not thinking like this in our 20s, but like, and I know some woman's gonna be like, fuck that, but like privacy, as you got more people eyes on you.
Right.
Like, I don't post my son like that. I don't post certain things.
Yeah.
Not because I'm hiding him. It's just like, it's
didn't
not
know
your
the
business.
difference. I didn't know the line.
Yeah.
What led to the eventual downfall, or at the beginning, I feel like I didn't know the difference between privacy and secrecy.
Okay.
Mm. That's deep. Yeah.
Never a secret, and she's no one that should be kept a secret.
Right.
But I also was not equipped to be a husband. I didn't have certain things. Conflict resolution was not our thing.
Right.
So now she feels that way, and now the arguments are constantly about my line of work and what I'm doing and where I'm going. Why do you have to go out? I just got home. Why do you
Yeah.
have to go out? The kids this and the kids that. And then we had So what I'm about to say,
Yeah.
I'm not something else I have not spoke about. I'm not proud of.
Mm.
And I don't really forgive myself for it to this day. There was a physical altercation, and we in a car. I had a Nissan Sentra.
Mhm.
If anybody knows Nissan Sentra, not
Yeah.
big at all.
Small. That's what I.
Me and her are sitting
Had to
this way,
use.
right here.
Right.
Somebody texted me. She didn't like the way she was like, "Yo, fix this. Nah, tell this bitch you ain't done it." I'm like, I'm not doing all that before I can even get the words out of my mouth. And I just lost it. Put my hands on
Wow.
her.
It's a breaking point. Like
No,
not saying it's.
Mm-mm. I don't need no
it's-
help. No, it is not a breaking point. I was wrong.
You was wrong.
As
yeah.
a man, as a man, me,
Yeah.
I feel. As a man, you do whatever you need to do to get out of that situation.
Yeah.
If I had to park the car and take a walk, whatever I had to do, I should have done before I put my hands on that woman.
Exactly. But in that moment, it's like
There's no
sometimes it like a reflex or something like that.
And that's purely what it was. It was a reflex.
Yeah.
Right.
But there's no excuse. That
Yeah, no
reflex
excuse
should
at all.
have been dulled because this is who, right? I put my hands on her, and there was a look in her eyes that I can't wash out of my head today. You know, it's a huge reason why I don't play fight with women.
Mm.
I don't yell. I don't argue. Don't yoke you up. Do all that. I gotta go. Right? We even get to that level, you know, and that's something I walk around with to this day. I never forget myself. She says she's forgiven me.
Mm.
I don't forgive me.
I was about to say, how do you feel knowing that she says she's forgiven you? Is that a
relief?
What does it
Yeah.
change? It doesn't change anything. It still
Right.
happened. She shouldn't have anything to forgive me for.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, that happened, and then from there, from that point, it went from that to trying to reconcile and not being able to reconcile, and it just got really toxic and got really ugly, and led to a divorce. And that divorce, I don't wish divorce on anybody.
And I
wish
of my guests that was married say that.
And I wish a lot of bad things.
Yeah.
A lot of people. For someone like me who did not have any romantic history, my entire identity, toxic or not, was wrapped up into being this woman's husband, being wrapped up in being this woman's everything. And now I was losing it.
Yeah.
I went into like a fucking tailspin.
Right.
About emotionally. Right?
Like depression?
Not professionally. Shut up. Because now I don't have to be a husband.
Right.
Now I don't, now I could be a part-time dad, and now, so now I get to chase my dream.
Yeah.
So
free, like it's like
you're
freedom,
free in that way, but
you are dying inside.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So while everybody's like, "Oh, we love Mouse," the person I want to love me isn't loving me.
Oh,
I
feel
Yeah.
that.
So
That's deep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I know we gotta wrap up on time. How did you cope and heal from that situation? What was you doing? And don't say that the whole like dude thing. You got to get on top of one. And...
Oh no, I don't say stupid shit like that. No, that's dumb.
It is.
I mean, do you fill that void? Yes. Especially with new access, right? I'm getting new access. There was some of your favorite singers was
Jesus Christ.
Hey. Times was good. Times were had. We had a time last night. No, I'm not playing, but yeah.
But that wasn't your coping.
That was not coping at all. That was dumb. Coping. How did I cope?
Are you still coping?
Probably to an extent. No, I'm not coping at this point. I have accepted what is the situation that is now.
Right.
Accepted that. But the healing, maybe I have not healed, right? Maybe I'm not healed, but I think there's a lot of things I haven't healed from. I think that's what makes me me.
Yeah.
It keeps me
So are
going.
you healing?
No, I leave it alone. I don't bother shit. And then, that gives me motivation to go as hard as I go and get shit done. That's my motivator. I don't need a therapist. I'm fine. I'm okay. Don't.
I'm not.
Do not give me a therapist. No, not you. Just your listener.
No, I suggested that on a show before. I will never do that again.
Yeah.
I will tell you about that later.
But yeah, man. Coping is weird. I work.
Yeah.
I just work and
kept working.
Busy.
So that
part
kept
of
me
my
busy.
coping was like, hey, you're gonna fucking regret leaving me. When you
so that was your motivation.
I'm everywhere. You're gonna fucking regret leaving me.
I wish I was like that.
That's fuel. Yeah. Yeah.
But in the same hand, like every time I see her, to this day, every time I see a butterfly,
Oh,
so it's like, I'll go pick up my kid and I'm like, man, stay in the house, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't gotta see you.
Do you think there's any room to rekindle, or that's done?
Nah, man.
Because
you don't want
that
to?
fast. Yeah.
I just accept what life is.
But if the opportunity came,
I can't think of this. I don't think like that.
oh, okay.
How do your kids view that relationship?
They don't respect us
At all?
No, they're like, mommy loves daddy and daddy loves mommy, and this is gonna be so,
This is such a nice twist because usually it's I hate the person.
Mm-hmm.
That's me.
No, no, like our kids don't respect the fact they don't respect our break. Like, we have the most autonomous kids in the world. Like, they go from Long Island to Brooklyn to Brooklyn to Long Island. Oh, we want to go here.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I mean? Oh, we want both of y'all here. And they'll fucking tell it.
They're old enough now, so they gotta try to control things.
Yeah, so it's like, all right, kid, you got it.
And they know y'all still care about each other. So,
I mean, my kids know. Like, if you ask my kids, like they know, like daddy don't play with
right.
Like all three of them,
which is good.
They know, like it'll.
Yeah, that's
slow singing and flower bringing.
How does she view your success? Does she see from? She don't say anything.
Y'all
to you?
don't talk.
Oh! I mean, yeah, it's like congratulations, and she was, back when I first was getting lit and like being on TV, she'd always send me like pictures of like my kids watching me and stuff.
Okay,
and,
okay.
She's coming to trap karaoke and
Yeah.
you know, right now she takes full advantage of being Mouse Jones' baby mother. There's some perks that come with that, you know. For cutting lines and being at events I'm not even at or getting into concerts. I'm like, yeah, I got you.
That's dope.
But yeah, never no hate in my heart.
Yeah.
I may have to, like I said, I have to accept people for where they're at. But never no hate in my heart. Whatever you need from me, you got.
You're on a strictly time limit. I had some other questions, but the biggest lesson learned, you said
my boundaries, who I was. I learned me.
What some other lessons learned in this relationship? Anything else, Tasha, you got after this?
No.
All right.
Accountability. You cannot avoid accountability.
Yeah.
You have to be accountable if you want to see change.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us men run from accountability. Whether
say that part one more time,
ma'am.
Say that,
ma'am. Okay. Thank you. A lot of men run from accountability, and not just in relationships, right?
Yes.
Like when it comes to being a decent human being, men. I've never heard another type of person, right? Because it is 2022, and a lot of people identify a lot of ways. People that identify as men, I've never heard avoid accountability the way I hear it. Like just like I said, not even to be in a relationship, to be a shitty person.
Yeah.
Listen.
Oh, what? I'm not respecting that. What? You identified what? Man or woman? Like just shut the fuck up. Yeah. What? Are you gay or not? No, because you got to tell me.
Yeah.
You gay? I don't want.
Like an ongoing thing now.
All you're doing is being a shitty person.
Yeah.
Yeah. To avoid accountability. Yeah. So like, if you want to see change, you got to be accountable, bro. You got to be able to look in the mirror and say, if you want to be an honest person, fuck change. Because niggas don't want change. But if you want to look and say, I'm a real nigga, you have to be able to look in the mirror and say, this is this.
Yeah.
People don't want to be
That's
honest.
that relationship taught me that. I could not run from me.
So in relationships after that one, did you take lessons from this one to apply it to your new ones, or you just you trial and error with new people?
Good question.
Look, I stumped Mouse. You got to answer for everything.
That's a good question. A little bit both, right? There has to be some trial and error because this, no matter what, good or bad, this person is not the last person.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I've been in a situation where the person I was with felt like the shadow of my ex-wife.
I could see that because your feelings for her.
Right. So like, I don't ever want to make somebody feel like that.
Yeah.
I'm here with you, my boy. Like, what's up? Not my boy, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So but obviously I found a lot of myself, a lot of my maturation came in that relationship.
Right.
It's only right that I would take some into that, right? Like, hey, listen, I'm not accepting. This woman, she got away with it. You're not. Sorry. You missed that train.
Got you.
So yeah, it's a little bit both.
Got you. Somebody going through a heartbreak or a breakup, what's some advice you would give them?
Somebody going through a heartbreak or a breakup, stay the fuck away from people.
Listen.
Stay away from people?
Yes.
Stay away from people,
and why you say that?
Because hurt people. Do you want to bleed? Don't bleed on me.
Bleeding on somebody.
I don't want to bleed on you.
Right.
Right. Like,
that's true.
People bleed on people that didn't cut them.
Yeah.
And I did that. I did that after her.
Really?
Yeah.
Come back for part 2.
There's a fucking trail. There's a trail of women who I dealt with in fucking 2016, 2015, 2017, where it was just like they were literally just getting the wrath of like I dealt with them in such a way because I was bleeding on them from a cut she gave me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't apologize to those women because I think it would be childish, right? I don't believe in apologies. I made a choice.
Oh, and when you're wrong, you don't apologize after the fact? No?
I made a choice. Why am I apologizing? I'm lying. My apology is bullshit. If I'm truly sorry, sorry, I changed my behavior.
I see why you say that. All right.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, I don't know what the word is, but I would want to make amends with those women. Probably never get the chance because it was a lot. It was
years?
toxic.
You still see them?
I see them, but they don't see me.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? I'm blocked and all kind of other shit. And it's like, yeah, man. Not a nice guy.
Gotcha. Any other questions?
No,
And last
killing this shit.
Last lap of everything. The last but
I
not
need
least.
Ebo and Shayo. Get it?
Last lap.
The song you like to dedicate to Champ.
Song I would like to dedicate to Champ. Fuck you. No, I'm just playing.
Not that one.
Just joking. I just like Meek Mill's verse. I don't know. So,
I forgot what you put on the questionnaire.
I don't know. I think I put down for my nigga.
Yeah. Why you? That's just random.
I got you, my nigga.
Got you.
Oh, that's sweet.
That's good. Yeah.
No matter what.
Miles, I appreciate you, man.
Thank you for having me.
Hope
it was worth
the busy man.
The 3-year wait.
3-year wait. It's crazy. It was 3 years.
It was like a 3-year wait. Yeah, I hope it was worth it. I hope the fans feel.
Yeah. That was.
Well, if they have more questions,
I know you have more
come
to
back
say,
for part
but
2.
Right, it should be.
When you have time, you're a busy man.
Yes.
I do part 2s.
We can for you.
Yeah.
It sounds like you had a lot more to say.
There's a lot more to say, but we're in a strict time.
Yeah. If y'all want to do it, we could do it.
Because they come with questions and stuff.
Yeah, we could do that. We could do that. Hit me. But if we're gonna do it, let's try and do it in like the next week. If we're gonna do it,
or it could be later down the line.
Okay.
So I want to put this out first and then.
Okay.
Yeah. Tasha, anything?
No, this was great. You said you weren't healed or healing, but
I don't heal from anything. I think that's a part of my je ne sais quoi. I think that is.
You don't heal from
my
anything?
Jenny Saquon.
Wow.
I don't heal from anything.
Man, but even people that did you wrong, or you did wrong, they just
remove myself. Well, if I did them wrong, I'm fine. I don't need to heal. They need to heal. But the people have done me wrong. A lot of people don't. There's not a lot of people that got to do me wrong.
Gotcha.
Right? It might be people like I dislike, or you might feel like got one up on me. Not a lot of people that can say they did me wrong because I don't let a lot of people in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha. All right. Well, when they get in the end, and then
so you do something to get out.
Gotcha. Well, Miles, where can people find you? You everywhere, so.
Where can you find me? Trapkaraoke.com to find out when we're in your city. I'm not sure when this comes out, but
it's gonna be later down the line.
Oh, yeah, we're outside. Yeah, we're outside. You missed it. But yeah, trapkaraoke.com. Make sure you find out the next time we're in your city. You can find the What Hip Hop Questions, Legends and Lists on Black Effect Podcast Network, iHeartMedia. Anywhere you stream podcasts, you can find the Guys Next Door. Anywhere you stream podcasts, Apple Podcasts.
Congratulations on your new show.
With Mouse Jones. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Yeah, I love that. I love that show. I feel like I'm creating a space that's missing for us in that, and where you just have really good, not safe, but really good conversations with people you're genuinely interested in.
And it's not the artist that people are really looking at.
Exactly. And it's not just music, right? So like the next couple of guests are going to be like, you're not going to see it coming. You're going to be like, oh shit. Gotcha. Right. And they may not do like the most amazing views out the gate, but I think it'll set the foundation for the space I'm building.
That's dope. Yeah.
With Mouse Jones on YouTube, make sure y'all subscribe, turn your notifications on.
Yeah.
And you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, Mouse Jones, everything uniform. I don't got no blue check, so
it'll come, man.
I don't care about it, but that's what people love hitting me like, yo, you don't got no blue check? No, I don't. Or it'll be me. Like, I post on my Instagram story all the fucking time.
Right.
And people will still be like, yo, is this the real Mouse Jones? There's no verification. Bitch, shut up. I know I ain't got no blue check, bitch. But yeah, that's
it'll come. Because Cameron, it was a long time before he got his.
I'm not worried about that shit at all, bro. I get paid. Like my check clears, blue check or not.
That's all.
So I really don't care. But like I said, Trap Karaoke, that's with Mouse Jones, Guys Next Door, the What Hip Hop Question Legends and List.
Man, it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we working. Staying busy.
Tasha, what you got? You got a
I'm
book.
just an author on
Yes.
Amazon. Type in Tasha Hough, and it's Huff, not Ho, because they be dragging it.
How are they supposed to know that? Y'all be getting
Because
so
like
mad
tough.
at
How do you
people.
pronounce tough?
It's-
I don't know.
I would not know
Hough.
that. I would think Ho too. That's crazy.
Anyway,
Or Hugh.
and just Tasha
House of
Talks
Ho, yeah.
underscore a lot on the other platforms.
Alright.
Also, I want to say thanks for holding yourself accountable for the DV.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's all I
Yeah,
got
that-
though.
Man, that's tough. That's tough. But thank you, Most Jones.
Of course.
I don't know the feedback you're gonna get from this.
I'm getting
I have-
canceled. I'm getting canceled.
I have
No,
a
I'm
lot
playing.
of women.
I'm playing.
I have a lot of women listeners, so I don't know how they're gonna take it. But
Yeah,
thank you for doing this.
of course.
That's the views of an
Bye.
ex. Finally.